Rowley's Jefferson's awesome, friendly, spooky stories. Or just kidding. The changing. There once was a baby named Rowley, and Rowley was a happy child. He had two parents who loved him very much, and he had lots of toys to play with. Sometimes Rowley would bring his toys to school and play with them, but he stopped doing that after he got bullied by some jerks. Grow up, you baby! That made Rowley sad because he thought playing with toys was the best thing about being a kid. But Rowley's classmates didn't feel the same way, and they were always trying to act older than they were. One day, Rowley was in class. He felt a strange tickling sensation under his armpit. He didn't know what it was, so he asked his teacher, Mrs. Pinkerton, if he could be excused to use the restroom. When Rowley got to the bathroom, he took off his shirt and was shocked to see a single hair growing from the center of his armpit. Rowley didn't know what to do, so he put his shirt back on and returned to class. And when he sat down, he felt like everyone in the classroom could tell something was different about him, even Mrs. Pinkerton. When the final bell rang, Rowley ran all the way home. He knew his mother kept some tweezers in the bathroom, and he couldn't wait to use them to pull back hair. But when Rowley took his shirt off, he could see when it was too late for tweezers. Suddenly, hair started sprouting all over Rowley's body, and before long he was practically covered in it. Splong, splong, boom. By now, Rowley was totally panicking. He went through his parents' bedroom cabinet to see if there was anything that he might, and found something he thought would do the trick. But there's a reason kids shouldn't go poking around in my parents' bedroom cabinet, because 2 seconds after Rowley opened the bottle, he passed it from the fumes. When Rowley woke up, he was just in his bed. At first he thought maybe the whole thing with her hair was just a bad dream, but one of his told him it wasn't. Rowley's parents walked into the room, and he was afraid they were going to be mad for opening that bottle of hair and moving around asking. But they didn't look mad at all. In fact, they seemed kind of happy. But Rowley's parents said they'd been waiting for this day for years, and it was time for them to have the talk. Rowley thought they already had the talk where how babies are made, but they said this one was a totally different talk. His parents said that sometimes when a child turns a certain age into the body goes through changing, and that made Rowley sad because he wanted himself just the way he was. By now, Rowley knew where this was heading, so he thought the question might almost mine all day. Am I becoming a man? Well, that made Rowley's parents laugh, and Rowley felt embarrassed because it took them a long time to stop laughing. Ha 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 ha. After Rowley stopped wiping his tears off his ears, he said Rowley was still a kind of boy, but he was a different kind of boy. And when Rowley asked him what he meant, and his dad gave him some bad news. "You a werewolf, son!" This is definitely what Rowley wanted to hear. But when Rowley's mom saw the worried look on her son's face, she said this was a day to celebrate. Roland's parents told him he came from a long line of werewolves, and suddenly the pictures of a staircase wall were made more sense to Roland. Then Roland's parents gave him some good moral news. They said they were both werewolves too. Roland started remembering clues. Growing up, Sheriff told him his parents were werewolves, but he guessed that deep down he didn't want to admit the truth. But Roland started crying. He said he wanted to have a regular kid and have a normal life, but his parents said a werewolf could live a perfectly normal life as they kept on top of her grooming ahead of the wrong world. Roland didn't want to hide who he was, though he had always been taught to be yourself, and that's what he planned to do. But Roland's parents told him that ignorant people in the world who aren't like anyone who is different. And Roland knew what type of his parents were talking about. When Roland asked his parents question, he wasn't sure to hear the answer to. Roland's parents looked a little uncomfortable. But don't werewolfy people? And she said just to never talk later on. Well, Roland had knew he was answering to the question, so he brought his toys with him to recess, and this time nobody dared to mess with him. Roland's example inspired his parents to stop hiding who they were. And from that day on, Roland and his family lived out just their true selves, and everyone else had to just deal with it.